And we're on. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, friends from around the world.
Yes, happy Sunday. Good to see you. My name is Jackie.
And I'm Dave.
And this is
Blissin Out.
So happy to have you here on our amazing show that we do weekly every Sunday, 8:30 a.m. Costa Rica time. The purpose of our show is to bring you the best vibes possible in life. We're also promoting our amazing project and movement called KarmaTribe.com. Want to talk about it?
I absolutely would. What it is it's a website where you can offer whatever you would like to offer, and you can request for anything that you need. It's an alternative economy without money,
yes,
just based on gifting from the heart, and it's a global network of people helping each other for free for pure enjoyment.
Woo! And it's great. And let me tell you, it feels good. It feels good to be here today. It feels good to share. It feels good to share time, share experiences, and just share here with this beautiful nature around us. Like, it's a little bit overcast today. The lighting is a little bit angelic, and I am loving it, to be honest. So hopefully you guys are doing amazing today. Please send us any comments, likes, whatever you want. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We love to hear from you, of course. And if you have any feedback whatsoever on our amazing topic for today, please contribute in any way that you want. So we hope to interact with you and have an amazing show. Speaking of which, Dave, what is our topic for today?
Well, Jackie, I'm pleased to say that today we will be discussing beauty, and we will be discussing about what it is, how can we bring more of it into our lives,
yes,
and especially we're going to talk about how to design beautiful things,
yes,
maybe around your household or maybe in other areas of your life. We have a super amazing, inspiring guest.
Yes.
You know Federico, right?
Yes, of course. Fantastic person, and definitely has a good eye and a good heart for discussing beauty. And
yeah.
I'm excited for you guys to get to meet him. He's fantastic. So yeah, Dave, this topic is like a pretty big topic. Like, how is beauty related to our lives? How do we bring beauty into our lives? This is huge. We could take this in any direction. So let me just start by asking you, Dave, how do you find beauty in the world? What makes you feel like captured by the beauty of life?
Well, what I've found is that there actually is something beautiful in every situation. So behind a challenge, there's a beautiful lesson. Behind a crazy rainstorm, there's a beautiful power, the raw power to that kind of devastating beauty of nature.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, there's beauty in everything, and especially nature seems to be like an infinite source of beauty.
Yes.
What do you think?
I completely agree. Well, yeah, the first thing I think about just unconditional beauty is nature, of course. That's just one of the easiest ways to get inspired by beauty. It's just looking at the flowers, mm-hmm, looking at a leaf, looking at trees, and actually looking at them for what they are, not just passing them and saying, oh, it's a tree, oh, it's a flower, mm-hmm, oh, it's this, because then we kind of like classify it in our minds. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's a difference between doing that and actually like staring at mm-hmm it, like looking at it, absorbing each individual, like petal on a flower and things like that. And I think we can find inspiration in that. Also, in experiences, I often think that if we just try to like surround ourselves more by beauty and also pick out the beautiful things of every moment, of every experience, of every scene, of every situation, then we just live in a lighter, in a better, in a more inspired way. And so I think it's important to look for beauty everywhere, because in fact mm-hmm it is everywhere. So mm-hmm yeah, in a physical sense, yes. And also in an experiential sense as well. So, yes. So I feel like I have so many examples. What kinds of things do you do, Dave, to bring beauty into your life?
Well, I'm gonna do it right now, and I'm gonna say thank you so much to Andrew, to Kushma, to Edis, to Elena for tuning in with us.
Hi, amazing people.
Really appreciate you guys watching. So gratitude is how I bring beauty into any kind of random situation where I'm feeling stressed. Or, for example, yesterday I played a poker tournament.
Whoa.
And there were some difficult times where everything just seemed to be like going badly. I made a bad decision. I was feeling terrible. I felt like people were being rude to me. And then, so I started just reciting in my head, like, all the things I was grateful for and sending out love and prayers to all these people. And I just went into, like, a monologue, like, grateful for my good health, grateful to live in Costa Rica, grateful for surfing, grateful for my family, grateful for all these things. And suddenly I was just feeling so great and just radiating with positive vibes. And I ended up winning. Well, at least qualifying to the final this afternoon. So it's very exciting.
Brother. You know, it's interesting. Yeah, I of course don't really like play poker. I like playing Texas Hold'em like for fun and stuff. But I imagine like, in a casino, the scenery is probably like not the most nature-based, beautiful type of scene. But it's pretty amazing that you just created that for yourself. Just like, I just imagine this energetic beauty surrounding you, and then it paid off, literally. So, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And also, like, so our guest, Federico, has been my roommate now for a couple months, and he was my roommate last year for a few months. And living with him and the way that he basically, like, rearranges the house and keeps it clean and zen, I can't tell you, like, how much that impacts my life. To basically surround yourself with beauty by design, physically. It calms your mind. It like releases anxiety. It allows creativity to flow.
Yes.
And so that's something I've learned from him, is the power of designing like physical aesthetic beauty around you.
Yeah.
Do you do that in any ways?
I do. Well, yeah, like organization is far from my strong suit. If any of you guys know me, you know that. But yes, so I'm working on it, But yeah, I think firstly it's like cleaning your space and decluttering your space, even if it's just a little bit, automatically just makes you see things differently. You walk into your house differently. You feel more fresh and more energy flowing there in that way. And then creating even like that experience is beautiful in and of itself. But then on top of that, creating more of an experience, creating more of like a beautiful scene, intentionally putting, a plant in your house, putting flowers in your house, and what I really think, and I've said this like a lot of times before, like, man, I think it's our responsibility to create beautiful moments for ourselves, and it's pretty easy to do. So one way that I really like to do this is through the way that I cook and the way that I plate, and this has been kind of a long journey for me, because what I used to do a couple years ago is just, whip something up to eat really fast in my house, kind of throw it on a plate or not, and then just eat it as I'm doing like 5 other different things, and, like running around. I'm mostly standing while I'm eating, and like just, of course, I never thought about plating or anything like that, and it wasn't really like a beautiful ritual for me in my life. So once, actually, I was getting ready for a dinner party, and my job was to make this cheese platter. And so I was like, yeah, cheese platter, super easy, let's go. I started cutting like the cheese up into little pieces. Wasn't paying attention to the shape, to the size, to anything like that. Wasn't trying to like make it beautiful. I mean, of course it's still delicious because it's cheese, but I mean, so I just like threw it on the plate kind of randomly, and my friend who was hosting the party, she's like, what is this? I was like, that's a cheese plate, it's awesome, it's great. It's, she's like, no, this is not how we're going to do it. And then she starts rearranging it in a really nice way, and I was just, at first I was like, it's a waste of time. But then when she finished it up, it was like the most beautiful cheese plate, and you could tell that people enjoyed picking cheese off of there even more, and it looked beautiful for the party. And this kind of started my like movement, my self movement of like serenading myself, I guess, in a way, or like, treating myself well with the way that I plate my food. So now, I like got myself a couple nice plates, and instead of like randomly eating and like, just being really ADHD about my whole like eating experience, I'll plate and I'll have a nice drink, whatever that might be, all my sauces around, and I will sit down, make a beautiful plate, and put really nice effort into it. It doesn't even take that long, guys, at all. And enjoy it to the max, and I'll tell you, man, it has made a huge difference just bringing those beautiful touches into your life, and it's now like a really big part of my life, so I really enjoy doing that. It's nice.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it when you cook meals for our group of friends, and yeah, you always do it with so much love.
Yes. Yeah, little toques bonitos.
I want to say good morning to Marianella, and good morning to Joss. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you guys for being here. I'm curious, like, how do our viewers bring beauty into their lives? You know, how do they focus on the beautiful parts?
Mm-hmm.
I was also thinking about how we can bring beauty into our lives through like experiences and focusing on the good, kind of like how you did in that poker tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Finding beauty, and I was thinking to myself, like, there are so many people who would wake up on maybe a day like this where it's not perfectly sunny, it's actually kind of like overcast, and say like, oh my God, it's raining, it's overcast, this day is just like gone to hell or something like that, you know, like just it's gone, and ask yourself like how many times do you actually wake up and think like, oh, this is wrong, and so this is not going to be a beautiful day. But I promise you, there is definitely beauty in every single day. I mean, it might sound cliche, but you have to look for it. And there are beautiful parts about the rain. There are beautiful parts about, you know, the change of weather, and like it's just unfair to diagnose your day as like not beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's your responsibility to turn that around.
Yeah,
and try to find the beautiful
a lot of
parts.
times it also starts with like the language that you choose. Like if you're always saying, if you say like, oh, today's an ugly day.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
How would you say that?
You could just say, today it's look at the raw power of the rain today. You know, it's just two different ways of saying the same thing.
Exactly.
But one, I don't know, just sits differently in your mind.
Yes.
Wow.
So nice. So guys, I really hope that you can find like that inspiration and look at something beautiful, or pay closer attention to something in nature today that maybe you haven't done, and just really try to soak in the beauty of anything and everything, seriously. Yeah.
Absolutely. And a lot of times it takes just as much time to make something beautiful as it does to not make it beautiful. So it's not really more effort.
Yeah.
It's just a
It's
choice.
not hard. Yeah, I agree. I
Like,
love that.
I'm someone who like usually like leaves dishes always. Like I wash dishes before I eat, and so I always have dishes in my sink. Then Federico moves in, and he washes dishes, you know, after we eat, and then the house is always clean, and it literally takes the same amount of time. It's just a different order of doing things.
Yes. How nice.
It's interesting.
Speaking of Federico, should we get him on here?
Yes, we should.
So without
Where's that
further
guy?
ado, we are going to...
let's bring him on! Come on down, Federico!
Coming out of the jungle! Here he
yeah.
comes! Oh, come on in, man!
Hello,
How are you? Welcome
Good,
to
and
our
you?
show.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. I'm happy to have you.
Thank you very much. So happy to be here again.
So honored to have one of the top designers, artists in all of Central and South America.
Wow, my God.
I'm including Central because you're kind of like part-time live here now. And
I'm so overwhelmed with that title. My
well,
God.
come on. It's true. Own it, brother. So thank you for joining us, Fede. And I think it's so fitting that you're here on the day that we're talking about beauty. Tell us, as an artist, as a designer, how did you decide to choose art as a path?
Well, mainly because I love designing and beauty and colors and geometry, and well, as you said before, nature is my biggest inspiration of all times.
Yes.
And well, I also were raised in an artistic environment.
Okay.
My grandfather was a painter and a furniture decorator.
Wow.
My grandmother as well. So like I grew up with so many books and so many graphic things, and they were also very like decorating the house, having beautiful plates and decorating the food, and that also like of course inspired me to live that way, right? And find that beauty mostly everywhere, right?
Yes,
Like-
of course. That's amazing. I think it's interesting, yeah, like the way you grow up, your background, how does that give way to you looking for beauty in your life? And that's so beautiful. So do you have any like specific moments in your life that you decided to take an artistic like professional career? Like what told you to do that?
Well, that same thing was the main thing that made me like choose that career, is the inspiration for beauty. Like
Yes.
looking for beautiful things everywhere, like every morning when you wake up, the clothes you choose to use that day, what inspire you, what color inspire you to make you or more brighten, or you want to be more low profile and maybe you use black that day, or you want to like you feel brighten up.
Feeling
and
so
you-
low profile with my black today.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Everything, right? Everything.
Yes, I think every choice we make is kind of, yeah, it's a form of expression. I think is kind of like what you're trying to say is like we have opportunities to express ourselves in every way and kind of like be inspired by our own like choices, other people's choices, and nature around us and everything. Tell me about how you feel. You said like nature is the main source of beauty for you and how you get inspired the most. Like how do you feel when you're in nature and what inspires you about nature?
Well, nature just makes you feel whole. Like if you take the time to not only watch a leaf or being surrounded by beautiful trees or in the beach, like taking the time for feeling that the beauty is already there and that you are part of the same like beautiful atmosphere and aura that the same nature has. When you take the time to like maybe close your mind a little bit or open it really that much and being like in the same presence of it, you find that beauty is everywhere you look, everywhere you. We are nature. We are this beautiful like humanness and.
It's like all intertwined and connected and everything.
Exactly,
and
yes.
of course, I imagine that just inspires you to the max to create your amazing art. And so what about, you know, as a graphic designer and everything, what about how do you know, because you're doing jobs for other people and what maybe their idea of beauty is. How do you adapt to kind of like someone else's vision and then creating something out of that?
That's very interesting because I try to put their ideas, and then joining my ideas, and everything. I mean, every time I get on with a client, we always try to fuse, right? To fuse our ideas and try to make a common best result out of it.
Yes.
So I always try to put my point of view out of it, and then make them feel as a correct thing.
Yes.
And maybe we do join ideas and make like an awesome result.
Of
you know?
course. Yeah, putting like two minds,
Exactly,
two
yeah.
ideas of beauty together.
And a
That's
concept,
yes.
which is also very important because design is beautiful, but when it has like when it has a meaningful thing to it, a practicity, it is so much better, and it has like another impact in the world, you know.
Of course. Yeah, it creates kind of just deeper layers of meaning and everything. Absolutely. And so I remember, Federico, like when you first came here to Costa Rica to visit Dave and you were staying here at his house, and I know like I hadn't met you yet, but Dave was saying like, this guy, he's like cleaning my house, he's making, you know, like, and Dave is not a messy guy, but he was talking about you like, Federico has this like feng shui type of way of like organizing, and he's moved things around, and it just feels so fresh and so, you know, different. And Dave's energy was lighter and different and just like, I don't know, like just rejuvenated. So what kind of like recommendations would you make for our viewers, for me, for whoever else, like things that they could do to beautify their house, or like,
Right.
why would you recommend that, or what would you recommend?
Well, one thing about the house that is really cool, it's feng shui.
Uh-huh.
So you might Google it up, and there are very simple steps on how you can like make your house a little cooler, like and cleaner, and make it look more spacious,
Yes.
and having different elements in the house also, like earth elements,
Yes.
ground,
Yes.
like
Water.
water. Even fire, you can have like this palo santo or
Ooh,
this
yeah.
how do you call them?
Sage maybe.
Sage,
Yes.
maybe all those kind of things.
Candles even. Just
Exactly.
lighting something
Yeah.
like to have all the elements.
Flowers.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to bring all 4 of the elements into your household.
It's not, and maintaining it clean also is a very fundamental thing for the air to flow, for the energy to flow.
Yes.
Yeah, there are many cool things about feng shui that can help you a lot with the energy in the house.
Yes, and it's
Very, very cool things.
yeah, and it's subtle, you know. Even if you make subtle changes, all of those things can affect like your energetic
yes.
self and,
Yes,
and
and they
everything.
do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, this is amazing. And so yeah, feng shui, like we should definitely all be looking into that. And yeah, there's something for me about having well, first of all, like a plant or like earth in the house.
Yeah.
And also water. For some reason, like I'm really drawn to those things, like having like a little fountain or something in my house. It
Nice.
sounds like so appealing to me. And yeah, I think that just brings little touches of beauty into your everyday life, and then therefore I think, you know, like on a large scale can bring beauty into your whole entire, you know, purpose and journey. So Federico, so wise, so amazing, extremely talented, and it's a pleasure to have you. I know Dave is over there just burning with desire to talk to you more. So
Come on,
I'm going to
Dave.
invite Dave back on. Thank you so much.
Well,
for
my
being
turn?
here.
Thank
And
you.
I'll see you very soon, Fede. Gracias.
Hello, Fede. Great to
Hello.
have you on the show. Good to be back here. It's a lot more fun to be in front of the camera than back there. Fede, I remember when I told you about the Karma Tribe project and asked you if you would be willing to make a logo. You instantly said yes, for sure I will. And then you sent us like 15 logos in the next like 2 days. And then we had this really challenging time of like, he sent us 15 of the most beautiful, amazing logos, all different. And I had no idea how to choose which one would be the logo, so I put it to a vote with all my friends,
Oh, really?
and all the votes were like completely spread out, so I was like, it was really kind of stressful. But yeah, like I'm curious, Fede, like what are some of the most challenging like design projects that you've had to face, or what do you do when you're like in a really challenging design project and struggling to find the right recipe?
Right. Well, as I said before, I always try to look in nature and see what nature does to design itself to the most. Right? I also try to think about the concept of the client, try to think what I think about it, and then what my opinion is about it. And the best thing, as I said before, is like when I talk to the client and to see what his vision of it is, right? What do I see about his vision? How like inspiring is it? How can I like address it? And then we come to a common like sense of it, and it's not easy, but it's doable. Like for example, your project, the logo it means a lot of things, right? It means like what the project is offering, is receiving the favors. It's the circle is like the community, the loop of like good karma, right? The karma, the effect, the cause, the effect. The sort of leaves it has on is like the people that make that circle, and that sort of holy thing that it's like what I feel, what I felt, you felt for Karma Tribe. It's like a holy space of what your inspiration is all about, right? So yeah, I think my most difficult project was to build my own image.
Interesting.
So is it
it's
who am I? What is my beauty? So, what am I? Am I modern? Am I antique? Am I this color? Do I feel personalized with this color, these sensations, this emotion? Am I more static, or I don't know?
Why do you
great.
think it's hard for us to see our own beauty and to understand like our nature?
Well, because I think it's in this time it's not very easy to find ourselves like in the most authentic way possible, and it's we have to really take time to feel our real essence, right? So I don't know. I think from that you can build anything in your life. Is it whatever?
Do you think the essence of someone evolves, or do you think we have an essence that we kind of carry throughout our life?
That's a good question. I think we have both. I think, of course, we do evolve with time and maturity and what we learn from like situations and things that happen in our life. But we do also carry like a huge essence, which is always there for us. Again, if we take time to let it flow, right? To let it be.
Fede, I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas on how, if say we could redesign like a town,
Right.
In like the ideal way? What do you think would be some like? How would you design like your dream town, a community, like a physical place for a community?
I think the coolest thing of building a new town will be like having huge orchards.
Orchards.
Like for people to just go and like eat our own food, and people taking care of it, and people really like being full conscious about it, like cleaning up the whole town, like everybody knowing everybody, like having like this, maybe like this Greek getting together about everybody, like saying their opinions about it and how to make it better, and everybody taking the time to listen and being like honored about having every one of us in there. I mean, that would be great, right? Like,
so your ideal town would be like a Greek wedding surrounded by orchards. That sounds pretty awesome.
A huge garden, no fences at all, like no violence. That would be great, wouldn't it?
It's a beautiful dream.
Yeah.
Federico, a lot of people out there are kind of caught up in their routines and, maybe like going through tough times. What is like a suggestion or two that comes to your mind for how to design more beauty in your life in an easy way?
Right.
Aside from what you previously talked about.
Right. It's an awesome question. I think you have to take responsibility for finding beauty everywhere. And what does that do? That raises your vibration, right? So take the time to get inspired by, as you said, and we all said, by nature, being in time with nature, and trying to look for things that make you raise your vibration. For example, looking at a mother raising their child, or by people smiling, try to catch people smiling, and that smiling will be contagious to you, and it will bring you like satisfaction, right? It will raise your vibration, and try to do that everywhere. Like if you see rain, try to look at the drops on a glass and see how it falls down, and try to see, I don't know, it's everywhere, but try to look at it. Try to take the time to see beauty everywhere, and I'll assure you that will raise your vibration. That will raise your contentment. They'll make you happier. I think life is like a spiral. Like if you think about bad thoughts and bad things going on, that'll make you think about another bad things, and another bad thought will come, and your spiral, your vibration will go down. But once you turn around and start thinking about the good things, of being gratitude, being grateful for things, and looking at what I said, beautiful situations and things and nature, that will make the spiral like go up, and it'll bring you to a place of joy.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's my
Ah.
advice. I don't know.
Well, I hope our viewers can spiral into a heavenly vibration from your wise words.
It'll be awesome to have our viewers to have their point of view as well, because I think everybody has like their own like cool ways of raising their own vibration.
Yeah.
That would be awesome for people to comment about this.
Yeah. For me personally, I find like sometimes it's almost like a physical thing. Like I'm just kind of like, I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the dishes, da 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 da, like start working, da 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 da, and then I'm like, no, mother trucker, and then I'm like, woo, woo, I'm alive, and you've seen me do this, like kind of dancing around and physically like pumping myself up. I kind of got that from Tony Robbins, like who anytime before he goes out to do a speech, he like jumps on a trampoline and he's like punching in the air and dancing around and like listening to like dance music like crazy. But yeah, like physically activating yourself can sometimes like I think like turn you around on that spiral.
Yep.
And crank up the music and like set yourself up for increased positive energy flow.
Very, very true.
Even
very,
just
very
talking about this has totally energized me even further. So, Faye, thank you so much for being on the show. Again, you're truly an inspiration.
Thank you, Dave.
So thanks a lot, Faye.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Jackie.
Let's get Jackie back on here. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
We're back.
So great to have you.
What a good show. This is awesome.
Oh, yes.
Fede rocks, man. Thank you so much, Federico.
Yeah, an inspiring
amazing inspiration.
dude.
Great words of wisdom, you know, like people being able to like attract their own ideas of beauty by just being open to it. And man, I don't know. Yeah, I feel overall just completely inspired by him. And man, life is so good. Life is so beautiful.
It certainly is, Jackie.
Yes. Man,
Do you think it's time?
I think it's that time.
The
favors
of the week. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so this is the time of the show where we introduce to you and expose some of the favors that are active right now on karmatribe.com.
Wait, Jackie.
What?
Have you heard the news?
What's the news?
Today, we reached 1,000 favors on Karma Tribe. Offered.
Yes, 1,000 favors.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Amazing community. Amazing job, guys. 1,000 favors?
In 50 countries.
Oh my God, 50.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Rocking it, everybody. Good job.
Thank you
Keep
for your
up the good work.
generosity. This here is the latest sampling of the beautiful generosity.
Yes.
These favors are available, on our website, karmatribe.com. Available, I think these are all available at least online, some of them in person as well as online.
Yeah.
So anyone can take advantage of these favors, guys.
Love it. All right. First up, we have an offer by broker Pamela from Miami Beach, Florida. She's offering real estate advice for buyers, sellers, landlords, and tenants. This is unique. This is interesting. I don't think we've ever had this before. For any questions about buying, selling, or renting a property, if you have property management or landlord questions, as a licensed broker, she is willing to help you out with any sort of questions that you have at all. How cool!
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I have a couple friends that are getting into real estate right now, and I think that could be a good little counseling sesh, a little advice.
And so often, I think we don't know what we don't know. So we all go around in our little bubbles thinking that we know a lot. But it's so nice to connect with people and at least talk to them. And sometimes they give you like very valuable advice.
Yes.
that can change your life.
I agree with that 100%.
Not to mention the birth of a new friendship in the fertile soil of the Karma Tribe Exchange.
Yes.
Next we have... Oh, look at this!
Oh.
We have an offer from Sundar down in India, offering to teach you Tamil language. Are you aware that Tamil is the oldest surviving language, rich in literature and sciences?
Ooh.
I'm willing to teach conversational Tamil for non-Tamil speakers.
Whoa. I'm definitely a non-Tamil speaker. So that would be really interesting. I did not know that about Tamil.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Sundar, for your generosity.
Extremely generous. Wow.
The oldest language. Wow.
So interesting. All right. Next up, we have an offer by Alessandro from Belgium. And they're offering help with Italian language programming and math. Whoa. That's loaded. That's a loaded favor.
Quite a few languages in one.
All right. They say, I can help anyone who's interested in a pleasant conversation about Italian language or programming and math. A pleasant conversation. That's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Wow,
cool.
that touches a lot of people's potential interests right there, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Thank you for that.
It's great to see a Karma Tribe in Belgium. That's amazing.
Very
From
cool.
India to Belgium to... Uh-oh.
Right here in our own living room.
Here we have an offer from a certain Federico. I think I saw that guy on Blissin Out.
I think I recognize his name.
He's offering logo/icon design. Diseño.
Of course.
I can make your logo for your project or business. And he says the same thing in Spanish.
Yes.
Can you believe it? One of the top graphic designers in the world, in my opinion.
Yes.
Offering you a logo. So guys,
yeah,
I'm not even going to underline, emphasize, highlight how amazing that offer is.
So amazing.
So,
Speaks for itself. I mean,
yeah.
oh man, if you haven't seen how he embraces beauty, man.
Just look in the top right corner of your screen, or top left, and you'll see the Karma Tribe logo. That one of his many amazing works. Whoa.
Very, very perdón. Next up, we have an offer by Mickey Klein Hens in Houston, Texas, for Horticultural Consulting. Cool. He says, if you are thinking about starting a garden project, I can guide you with aesthetic and fundamental design decisions, as well as diagnose diseases.
Yeah, diagnose diseases in your plants, I guess.
Okay, anything to help guide your space towards abundant beauty. Oh, how appropriate.
Wow, yeah.
How appropriate. Oh, that's amazing. Houston, Texas. Yeah, I mean, city, but you can still kind of like bring some plant life into your home. I think.
Well, yeah, it's also
it's
a very hot and humid climate, so you can probably have amazing gardens there. But I think this is available for anywhere in the world. So get in touch with this guy.
Horticulture advice, amazing. Yeah, It's fantastic. What is the last one?
The last one. Oh, we're back to Europe here. Ooh. We have an offer from Stefano in Paris, France. Photography and film shooting or lesson. Wow. Hello, I'm a professional filmmaker and photographer, so if I can help you with that, it's all my pleasure.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. People are so nice and generous, and how amazing, if you seriously think about everybody's profession or passion or both or whatever, and if we all just share a tiny piece of that with each other, how amazing. And it's shared, and it's free, and it's free advice, free consulting, free skills.
Yeah.
And, man, how cool. We can totally just broaden our horizons by checking this out, by going on the website, by taking advantage of some of these favors. It's absolutely beautiful.
I think, the potential of all these great people connecting like this together, it has more potential than a nuclear blast. Sorry, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
very bad metaphor, but the power that would be released
The power,
would be
yes. Of course, it
unparalleled.
does, and it's just the most like blast of positivity, and I think this is the way kind of the world needs to start going in, is a sharing, collaborating world. So let's get that going, people. Let's get that going, even if it's on a small scale. Check out karmatribe.com. Offer something. Heck, I mean, take advantage of something that's being offered. This is for you. These are gifts.
You deserve the gifts.
Yeah.
And every time you accept something, you give that sweet pleasure to that person to share their gifts.
It's true.
So don't be shy.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Please
and
do.
let's all connect and help each other.
Yeah.
And
let's just like embrace beauty today, guys. Like, take time and actually look at nature. Look at something beautiful. Find it today.
Clean your house
every day. Clean your house.
if
Yeah,
that's what you need to do.
Yep.
Because it'll really benefit you.
Absolutely, guys. Well, we hope the best for you, of course, and more. And we hope you are blissing hard like we are. At least I definitely am.
I bliss really hard today.
Feeling so blissy. And I hope you guys are having a great day. And
thanks for joining us so much.
Thank
we
you.
really
Yes.
appreciate it.
So much gratitude
We
to
love
our viewers,
you.
and we love you all so much. So take care. Pura vida.
Adios.
Buen día.